The Filter Free Diary. Uh,
Good morning. It's 10:24. I don't know. It might be a Thursday. I think it is a Thursday. I had to math it. So, anyways, I thought I would talk to you, talk to you about feet. And no, I'm not gonna show you a picture of my feet, you fucking weirdos. What what I am gonna do is talk to you about feet and why feet are so important. And first of all, the reason why feet are so important is because Spirit is actually the Lord of the dance. Are you aware of that? There is a Lord of the dance. There is. And it's Spirit. And I'll be honest, I'm not exactly sure why it's the Lord of the dance. I can make some guesses. But your legs are not number one. Your legs are 4 and 3. Your number one is your arm, and it's your body core. And I think it has to do with your body core. Because one of the things Spirit really loves to do is wiggle. Like it really it really likes to wiggle. And I think that's because God told it that dancing was the best thing you could do on the planet. There's this thing that happened this one time, and there was a microphone in God's face, and God was put on the spot in front of all of creation, and God is like, I think dancing is one of the best things you can do here. And then everything just started wiggling. If you believe that, I mean, that is what happened, but you may not understand all of that exactly. And it's because there was it was a caduceus. But the thing about the caduceus is it's actually a French knot when you pull it through. And that's what we did. But anyways, okay, so that probably made absolutely no sense to most of you. But back to the point about feet and the Lord of the dance and why Spirit just likes to wiggle. And you know, subconsciously what humans have done with regard to the fact that, you know, Spirit likes to wiggle and dance, because you already know that, like, as minds, you know, we're the number 3, but as a human in general, we're the number 6, and it's only when the woman goes through menstruation that she can drop down to become a number 5, but then she springs back up to become a number 6. It's because she is a 6, just like man is a 6, but she can change. And the whole thing is reflected subconsciously in our feet. Is that crazy? But if you look at it, a man walks with the sole of his foot and all 5 of his toes. Couldn't remember how many toes I had. Anyways, sorry. So a woman, when she walks, and all women know this, they love heels. They're all looking forward to wearing heels to be just like all the other women. I don't fucking care for heels particularly, but I don't care for shoes, so I don't really count. But women, they boost their heel up off the ground when they walk so that only their 5 toes are touching. And yeah, that's a reflection of how women are also the number 5. Because they don't wear heels all the time, do they? No, they wear regular shoes too, because they're a 5, they're a 6, they're a 6, they're a 5. That's how that works. And you might remember me saying that, like, birds and pigs are also reflections of the mind. But the thing is, they don't just have 3 toes. And it's true, they don't. But I'm not going to get into, per se, all of that. I thought I would just tackle the pig one, because I'm not sure I'm going to have enough time to get to the bird one. But if you look at a pig's foot, what you see is 2 toes down and 2 toes up. And the reason there are 2 toes down and 2 toes up is the same reason that birds don't have all 4 of their limbs in the same direction, right? Because as a reflection of the mind, as a reflection of that number 3 that is the pinnacle that sits above the 1 and the 2, you have to look at what happened to humans once we put that head in, once we earned that mind, right? We stood up. We're like, okay, yes, this is our pinnacle. We stood up. We became a vertical structure. And when we did that, two of our limbs, whatever, two of our limbs came up off the ground. And don't get me wrong, if you look at monkeys, they can walk upright and everything, but don't they, for the most part, like to still balance with two of their limbs on the ground? Even if they look like hands, aren't they grinding it into like almost like a knuckle, like a palm base, like a heel of your foot almost in a way? And that's what monkeys are doing, but not humans. Humans stood up all the way, and that's what birds did. The reason why birds have wings instead of having, 4 feet is because, again, reflection of the mind. So the bird even became upright in its reflection of us. Is that not awesome? And now we can talk about the pig's feet and why the pig's feet look the way they do. Again, the humans stood up. And so you got 2 of the pig's toes on the ground and 2 of the pig's toes hanging out. Isn't that not fucking awesome? And that's why a cow has got a split hoof, right? Because the cow is the number 2. But did you know that's why a horse only has 1 toe on the ground? Because it represents spirit. Yeah. Feet are awesome. Feet, in their way, define what they symbolize. It's kind of cool if you really go through all the species and look at it, which we don't have time to do. Have a good morning.